Many founders think that debt fundraising is begging money from banks, which is not. In this video, you will learn what it is and how to utilize it for your business. So just stop begging money from banks, because we all been there, right? So you heard that the bank loan is good from a friend and you apply there and you send all your documents, you spend nights doing that information and application, and you wait for 5 months and then nothing happens. And when you call finally, they say you're rejected. We all got that feeling, right? And you feel disappointed, and after like leaving the bank, you have this like sad feeling of, you need to close your business. This has actually happened to me, right? So why is that happening? Because there are reasons, and one of the reasons is we don't understand how the process works. We don't know what is debt fundraising. We don't know how much time it takes, how to apply, what kind of documents we need, and really what it is. We don't know how to prepare. Nobody taught us in high school, university, or we don't have that much time to spend on specialized courses, right? And we have no belief. So if I don't believe something, why I need to do that? I have no time because I'm focused on my business. I'm an entrepreneur. I have many things I need to work on. And like, is it only me? No. In the world, there are 600 million entrepreneurs, and there are 10,000 of banks, which have all the money of the world, right? Lending money. So there are many banks, and the question is how to get to those banks, how to swim there. This is the main question. So the money is there, right? Bear with me. The money is there in the banking system. We just need with you to learn how to get the money. So first off, we start with mapping the current situation. So we map the questions. So what is the fundraising? We need to define the terms and understand what it is. Without proper understanding and the knowledge, very hard to get further. How long it takes to fundraise the money? Because it takes for the debt fundraising, from 2 to 6 to 5 months, maybe to 12 to 15. It depends on kind of a loan you're getting. How does it work? How am I evaluated? So basically how the financial analyst in the bank sees my company and what kind of data he needs. Clarity kills fear. So the more information you have on your business, on how fundraising works, the better you'll be on the process. So what is debt? Actually, sometimes called loan or credit. I call debt because it's a business loan or debt, right, for the business. So it means you borrow money and you promise to repay. Like it works for thousands of years. It's been there and it's nothing new. It's okay to borrow money from a bank. This is totally normal, and this helps you a lot. So it's a financial obligation. That's the gift. It's not a grant that you get and you sit on that. So. And the lender doesn't own shares in a company, so there's no equity, there's no upside. It's just fixed. Usually, it's fixed interest rate on the money that you borrow, depending on the country where you live, on the size of the business. Right, the bigger you are, the cheaper you can borrow money. You give them security. Usually, it's assets, revenue invoices, or personal guarantees. Sometimes you give nothing. The bigger your business are, the better negotiation power you have. There are hundreds of products, credit lines, leasing, bonds, loans, you name it. So basically, you take the money to grow a company and speed your growth, and you pay back the money plus the interest rate. So this is debt. It's called debt. And it's neutral. It's not good or bad. There's a myth saying that, the debt is bad. The loans are bad. No, they actually could be good for your business. They can be also bad for your business. Depends on your unit economics and your situation. Okay, next, what is fundraising? So fundraising is essentially getting money externally. So it's a process. It's not a static. It's a process when you start and you finish. And what you do here in that process, you look for the money. It can be applicable for equity and debt fundraising. Usually we hear fundraising as an equity fundraising process. I'm raising pre-seed, seed, round A, round B. This is what we hear about the private equity, VC world. But actually you can fundraise from your mother. You can fundraise from friends, family, fools. And you can fundraise debt. So you go for a process to fundraise money. So you go to get more money because you don't have, or you don't want to risk more of your capital, right? So it's not about the money, it's about the strategy behind and the bonuses you get with that. So you meet new people, right? There are many good things. You meet new people, you understand how the process works. The more you do it, the better you become. Now you know what is data room, what is pitch deck, what's balance sheet, what's a profit and loss statement, how it looks, what's the IFRS, what's Big Four audit, and etc. So the process takes time. If you're doing the first time, it will take much longer than the second and third time. So together I put debt fundraising. It's a process where you go and look for debt money. That's simply it, without giving any equity back. So you apply for banks, funds, private investors, friends, family, fools when you raise debt, and you agree in certain conditions to repay over time with interest, because we all need to make money, right? So it's raising some money as a debt, not equity. Simple as that. And the process needs discipline. It needs belief that you are capable and your company is fundable, right? Are you fundable? This is the question we can ask. And the process needs discipline. So how it works? First, you map where you are. It's the same. Right? You want to lose weight or etc. You just map where you are in terms of your revenue, assets, equity. What's your point A? You can go talk for your data, ask accountants. You can ask some consultants to help you to understand where you are. Then you define where you want to go. So what's your point B? It could be big strategy for 10 years, or it could be plan for the next 12 months. And then based on that, you prepare your financials. You have your business plan, your page deck, for example, or for a bank, banks more care about your balance sheet, profit and loss statement, bank statement, maybe some cash flow projections for the next few years, and evaluation of the asset if you pledge it for asset-backed financing. Then you choose a proper lender strategy. Then you apply. If you get rejected, it's very good because you can have homework to do, and then you move further. This is very, very, very precious. Actually, from my experience, like 80% of companies get rejected, and it's good because there's a homework to be done to reapply again in 3-6 months and to show banks actually like it. Then if you get an offer, you can negotiate favorable terms. Again, here you can stop. You can say, okay, thank you for your offers. I'm not taking that. You're not obliged to do that, right? This is actually one of the myths entrepreneurs I see often usually do. They think that after they get an offer, they need to approve it. No, you just say, thank you, bye-bye. Then you sign an agreement, get funding, and then you repay principal and with interest. And then you repeat. The more you grow, the more money you need, for bigger lenders you apply. So the more you try, better you are at that. Easy as that. So let's calculate simply how it works. So let's say my profit margin is 15%. It's a net profit margin. The loan costs 7% annualized percentage rate. So should I borrow? Well, it depends, but mathematically, yes, because, it's a smart move. So let's say I have equity, debt, and gross margin, and the cycle is 3 months. So when I take the money, and in 3 months I can make 15% of that, so it means in a year I can have 4 cycles, right? And again, bank rate is 6%, but there's commissions you need to calculate. So let's say effective is 7. So the profit minus APR is 8%, right? And the profit in one cycle is 80,000, but I have like 4 cycles per year, so it means 320,000 extra profit per year, which is increasing return on equity 47%. And this is actually one of the biggest misconceptions on debt. Debt helps you to increase return on your equity or your investors' equity. And investors like to receive more money on their investment, right? Who didn't? The case study. So we had a customer, I think it was a few years ago. The situation was simple. It's a wood processing company. They're selling. They're working in the European Union. They're selling to China, to other countries, and they had the revenue drop because of the COVID. And so the existing bank, there was a big bank, was kicking them out. It's okay to be kicked out from a bank. Now they was feeding from friends, family, fools, money, alternative lenders, which is more expensive than banks. Okay, so he applied to us. He applied our blueprint, our strategies. We give him a broker, so they applied to 12 banks and they secured $500,000 funding. I think it was a half a year, and in the results, he bought time actually, and the growth of the company. So key takeaways. So debt is borrow capital. You borrow money to grow a company. Fundraising, it's a process when you're doing that, and debt fundraising means you grow without a dilution. So you borrow money, you grow on that, and you just pay interest rate without giving any equity at all. So actually, if you want to grow quicker, you can use the blueprints. So you can jump on our website, and we have funding readiness quiz where you can take a quiz and understand where you are in terms of the funding for your company right now. You can use our different frameworks, and capital readiness matrix is one of them. You can buy your ultimate funding blueprint and do it on yourself. We just give you all the tools and equipment needed to fundraise on your own, or you can partner with us and ask our brokers to do the job for you. And also you can join our webinar masterclass to get more information on how we work. And thank you very much. And finally, I can say that because of this video, the door to your brighter future is much nearer than you think, because debt is the ultimate funding fuel. Thank you a lot. Have a nice day.